Hey everybody, it's Jared from Zen Hustlers. I'm here with one of my mentors, Sunny Lenarduzzi.
Thank you so much for having me.
We are here at CreativeLive. Sunny just did a course on YouTube, insights, tips, growth strategies. It was very, very good. What I want to talk to you about today though is the founder journey, the experience of the entrepreneurship, and how it can be an overwhelm.
It's so much overwhelm. And I think it's also understanding where you're at in your business. So I was solo for about 7 years, and I definitely can relate to the solopreneur struggle. And it's almost like when you're in that mode, you're driven by pure passion for what you're doing, and that does take you far. However, you have to get to a point where you realize you got to delegate. And for me, I realized it when I just kind of looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, I am not the best at everything in my business, and this can't grow if everything's reliant on me.
Yeah.
So I hired an intern first. That intern has now become my right-hand woman in the business.
Was there a moment where you realized this? Did something happen to you? You were like, I need to change. Something's not working.
Yeah, it was at South by Southwest, and I had done a really big speaking engagement, and I also was interviewing like all the top thought leaders there. And I came home and I was exhausted, and I realized I was trying to do that. I was trying to do all of the tedious, minuscule little tasks in the business. I was trying to keep up with all of my social platforms. I was trying to comment on everything.
I could feel the anxiety.
So by the time I got home, I was completely burnt.
Yeah.
And so I basically was like, I gotta dive into hiring someone. So I started small, and I think that's important. Start small. Start with
BA or
intern.
Okay,
yeah.
intern.
Start with what's manageable, and then from there we built the team from myself to now we have, I think it's 9 people. I'm starting to like lose track. I think it's 9 people on the team now. We just hired some more people. So
that's awesome.
And so it's really, really important to understand what you're not good at first. I would say that's the number one thing. Understand what you're not the best at, what's not in your genius zone, and as soon as possible, start delegating a little bit of that out, because the more free time you have as the founder of the business, the more you can be in flow. The more you're in flow, the more you can come up with
flow.
new...
We do flow studies. And
yes.
A lot of the work is about flow.
I think flow is vital to everyone and everything, and the only way you can tap into that is when you're in a relaxed state and when you have time to actually think and breathe. And so you can't have an innovative business or a business that's built to grow and be sustainable if you're constantly stretched thin and burnt out.
So I hope this is something that you talk about as you go through your journey, because I know you're starting to.
Yes,
I think it's really important for us founders and entrepreneurs out there in any industry to hear it from the people who've seen success and realize, where do you build energy and where does it pull energy?
Yeah.
And that's one of the metrics I use to figure out, like, am I gaining energy from this action or am I depleting energy? And that's a good metric. Like, okay, I should probably outsource the depleting
100%.
or figure out a different strategy or process.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to understand you don't have to be everything to everyone or do everything in your business. Like, you really, really don't. And it's okay to say no to things.
Yeah.
And that's one of my criteria, and something that I learned was I'm a yes person. I'm a people pleaser by nature, and I'm actively trying to change that.
She offered to do this video on the spot, by the way. Thank you.
You know, I am a people pleaser by nature. It's an active thing that I've tried to change, because at the end of the day, people treat you the way that you teach them to treat you. And so if I'm continuously saying yes to everything, of course people are just going to keep asking me shit. So I'm not setting the boundary.
How do you say no and what feels good for you now?
So what I do now is, I get a lot of the time people saying, can I pick your brain, which I hate that phrase, please don't use that phrase. Can I pick your brain, or can I take you for coffee? And a lot of the times for me, I'm like, this brain has taken 30 years to build, and I can't download that in a coffee. So a lot of the times I will just say, you know, I'm super flattered, thank you so much. I barely have time to see my own family and my boyfriend, so at this time I'm not taking coffee meetings, but thank you.
Got it.
Yeah.
Just set what's important.
Yeah.
Cool. Follow Sunny's channel. She's amazing. If you want to learn about YouTube and growth on YouTube, she is the lady. She's also a bold entrepreneur running
YouTube for Bosses.
YouTube for Bosses.
Yeah.
This is the thing. You can't do it all.
No.
Okay? You got to find support. You got to find mentors, and that's one of the most key things. So on the site, we have mentors and experts. We have resources to support entrepreneurs and through their journey.
That's awesome.
Can't do it all on your own.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, all.
Thank you.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?